Dear the AFC South, I don't know what you're going to be this year, but I hope that you're entertaining. And there goes the cicadas really starting. That is really summer and really outside. We have cicadas. Everything's going a little crazy. You cannot see the clouds that are going on, but hey, it is AFC South week and I am here to talk all about the AFC South. And for those of you that don't know, the AFC South consists of the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Indianapolis Colts, and the mighty Tennessee Titans. I think we can all probably agree that three of these teams is not like the other. And by the other, I mean the Houston Texans have almost everything. Offense, defense, special teams, one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. I said one of, not my favorite, but one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. The only thing the Texans really need to improve on is that offensive line, in my personal opinion, but they pretty much have everything. But then when you go look at the Colts, let's say the Colts, they have a quarterback competition going on. I'm not really sure what the Indianapolis Colts are going to do, so there's that. And then you go to the Tennessee Titans, number 1 pick overall in the draft, brand new quarterback, rookie quarterback, not sure what Cam Ward is going to do this year. I guarantee you, though, I will be watching to see what Cam Ward is going to do this year. However, we don't really know what's going to happen with the Tennessee Titans. And then you have the Jacksonville Jaguars. So you have the Titans who have the first overall draft pick. You have the Jacksonville Jaguars that traded up to get the second draft pick in the draft, and they get Travis Hunter. I don't know if Travis Hunter is going to play offense, defense, what he's going to really do. But one thing I do know is majority of us are going to be tuned in to try to figure it out. But when I look at this division as a whole, there's so many different ways this could go. There's so many different things that can happen in this division. I'm just not sure what to call. Trevor Lawrence is coming back from being injured towards the end of the season. There's new coaches that are coming in, so I'm not really sure what's going on in this division. But I do know I'm going to be tuned in because I want to see who Cam Ward is going to be in the NFL. I want to see what Travis Hunter is going to be in the NFL. I want to see if this Jacksonville coach can figure out his crap. I want to see if Anthony Richardson can figure out his crap with the Colts. Because if Anthony Richardson can figure out his crap for the Colts, I think that's going to be very interesting. And I will be honest and say, I think me and a lot of people are probably doubting or counting out Anthony Richardson. And so if Anthony Richardson steps up and actually ends up being the quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, I think that puts this division at an interesting situation because I'm not sure what to call with that. So having said all of that, that's how I feel about the AFC South. I love the Texans. I think the Texans are going to be favored to win this division if they're not already favored to win this division, and that's going to be what it's going to be. Of course, I start recording and now the sun's coming out and it's really bright. So there's that. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to check and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, and don't forget to turn on those notification bells. Also, if you're feeling generous, leave me a comment in the comment section below. So because the sun is now coming out and the sun is hating on me, let me go ahead and roll the clips and get into the clips of all the people that I talked to from this series, from all of these teams.
Marginally better than he did to start the season, which is definitely a good thing. And that was one of the things that I hoped to see was some improvement for him. But, you know, as soon as he started doing that, then got injured again and had some stuff with a chronic, I think it was a back or something like that.
That's what I was going to say. What is it, the same injury that keeps coming up?
No, it's a whole new thing. So people are kind of like, oh boy, like if that's a chronic thing, is that a concern long term? He doesn't act like it is, but you know, it is another concern. So there's been a lot of injuries, and not just the same injury. It's been a lot of different injuries. So definitely a concern there. But this offseason, he's put his head down. He's worked actually with the same like quarterback guy that helped Josh Allen turn it around. So there's hope there that maybe he can, you know, even if it's mid 50 to high 50s in completion percentage, that would be a major step forward for him. So that is the hope this year. Number one, stay healthy. Number two, show pretty good improvement. So there's a lot of fans who do believe in him, believe he can do that. But then there's also some fans who are like, oh boy, who are we looking at in the 2026 class? You know, so and is
it the tank for Arch? Like I feel like everyone's screw it, we'll tank for Arch. I'm like, everybody can't get him. Like even I don't think he's coming out, but everybody can't get him.
Yeah, well, definitely the Colts connection makes it a little bit even more like, yes, get this kid. You know.
Yeah.
So
but, that's so funny. By the way.
So Matthew Golden got picked. He got picked before us, and then it was an offensive lineman. I'm trying to remember the offensive lineman because I was at rehearsal when all this stuff was going down.
I think it was the guy from North Dakota State that I was telling people was going to go pretty high, and people were like, "No, he's not." And
because they end up picking him. So when we traded back, I was like, "Okay." I'm like, it makes sense because you don't want to too much reach there because you don't want to do like I feel some teams did at quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah.
But I like what we did. We moved back, and then we got some more draft capital.
Okay.
Oh, I can't speak today, and I need to get my words out today.
It's okay. By the end of this, you'll be fluent. You'll be perfect.
And so I'm like, yeah. And then we got a receiver. So now we got 2 big body receivers from Iowa State. And we got a duo. So my thing is they are going to fit in. And my thing is too, when we lost Stephon Diggs, Tank probably not coming back next year. So we go back and we still get a vertical threat. Because who is it? Let me look at my notes. Because, you know, brother got to take notes. I don't need nobody coming and say, no. I got notes.
Ridley coming last year. That kind of leadership is what the Titans need, especially when you're going to have Calvin Ridley on one side and probably Tyler Lockett on the other. For a young quarterback, those kind of experienced receivers who know how to help the quarterback stay alive and keep on his feet, because we know that's what Cam Ward likes to do, is keep the play alive to throw, right? So those kind of experienced, smart receivers who've been there, done that for high-level teams, that is going to be a huge benefit. So I love the pickup of Tyler Lockett in the offseason to add to Calvin Ridley.
I like that. Any other pickups that you liked? I know you all have I think you all got a offensive lineman from the Steelers, I think.
Yeah, so they picked up, and I went and looked at that because I was like, what's happening with this offensive line? Let me look at my notes. They picked up 8 new offensive line players, and they cut 5, including some names we've known on the Titans for a while, like Petit Frere and Prince. So they must really be not liking what they're seeing and want this fresh start. So they're bringing in some offensive line off waivers, off, undrafted free agents, unrestricted free agents. So we'll see what they piece together. Hopefully after a year of being in the head seat, Callahan has more an idea of what he's looking for and what he can build with Cam Ward, because that is a unique, special athlete, special player. So, but now
the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns had the trade for Travis Hunter in principle already drawn up as of April 7th. So we're talking weeks before the draft. However, if you're in the Jaguars media space, you heard every single prospect that they were interested in up to the day before the draft, and you were hearing him from scouts, you were hearing from agents, you were hearing from everywhere. They played the game really, really well. And so from someone in the media, knowing that I've been played in what I call lion season, because the draft is absolutely that. It's just, this is,
I say that all the time.
Believe 30% of what you hear, best case scenario.
They're all lying.
They're just using you. So that was it. So as a fan of the team,
this is so funny. I say the same thing, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're a woman. What do you know?" I'm like, you don't gotta believe me. I'm just telling you. Oh my God!
As a fan of the team, I'm impressed, and I'm happy with having a leadership group that is able to lie to me and make me believe that these lies are truthful. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I don't like that, but it was good. But good job, right? Like kudos, great job. So I mean, up until the day before the draft, I was actually on a different podcast, and they were like, "So, what's your prediction?" Hey, man, I told them then I think they're going to trade back to 10 with the Chicago Bears and try to get Ashton Genty, because that was a secondary trade that was purportedly on the table for them.
Okay,
and they had, but that seemed to be that far down the list. It was going to be Travis Hunter. It was always going to be Travis Hunter as long as Cam Ward went number 1. And that was what it was. So I was just like, oh, man, y'all got me. Good job. All right, cool.
Depending on what kind of football watcher you are, you actually like what is happening in the AFC South. And you like that there are some teams that are going to really have to figure it out, because I think that makes for good football. You don't really know what's going to happen. You know what you think is going to happen, or you know what you expect to happen. But the way that I evaluate teams, if you look at a team and you go, okay, who's the head coach? Okay, new head coach. Who's the quarterback? Okay, new quarterback. Who's this and who's that? Who's the running back? Who's all these players, right? And when you do that with the AFC South, you will get a lot of different answers. And I think that makes this division interesting because we don't know what's actually going to happen. And so I love that. The other thing I want to do before I end this video is I want to thank every single person who has taken the time to talk to me from the AFC South, who took part in making sure that I brought this to life, and for all the new people that I've talked to. I really appreciate you being a part of the series, and I love anytime I make these videos, because I know by the time I make these videos, that means the series is about to release. I'm super excited about that. There's a bug on my glasses that you can't see, so there's that, go figure. However, I'm going to end this video by saying this. I don't know what's going to happen in the AFC South. I think we all probably have the same team winning the AFC South. But whatever happens in this division, I know one thing: I will be tuned in watching Cam Ward, and I will be tuned in watching Travis Hunter, and I am not going to apologize for that. Like I will say in every video, the video that I'm going to release on Monday is going to be the team that I think is going to finish last in the division. The video that I release on Tuesday is going to be the team I think is going to finish third. The team I release on Wednesday is going to be the team I think is going to finish second, and then the team I release on Thursday is going to be the team that I think is going to finish first in the division.
2,000 years later.
Oh, hi there. I just worked out, and then I forgot that I did not say that every single person that I talked to this week, their information will be in the description of their video, and it will be in this description video. And because I forgot to say that, and I needed to add that here, this is without a mic. This is authentic. I just worked out. Hope you like my hair, but I just wanted to make sure to say that, because I said I would say it in every preview video. So there you go. Now back to me looking a little bit better. The wind is starting to pick up. Everything is starting to go a little crazy here. So I'm going to end this video here. Let me know what you think about the AFC South. Let me know who you have winning the AFC South, or what questions or comments or excitement that you're interested in seeing with the AFC South. And as always, I will see you in my next video.